Hello, beautiful people. I am trying something new today. So hopefully you guys will just have a better picture of what the cards look like. Trying to do it this way. Yeah, just trying something new. So tell me if you guys like it. Okay, so what we're going to get started with is today, what shadow emotion wants to be seen, like worked on. So we're going to pull from our little shadow deck. But before we do that, I have messages from the beaver. Okay, and I looked up the beaver spirit in my animal guide deck, and I have a few messages that I felt needed to be they're just some messages. Just take what resonates and leave what doesn't, okay? Be aware of wasting your time, energy, and resources on unimportant matters. Let your actions be focused and intentional. Don't just be busy to be busy. Bring your visions into reality. Overcome any type of procrastination about anything that feels daunting. So maybe like laundry feels daunting, or doing your resume might feel daunting, but overcome any type of procrastination, anything that you feel like might be a struggle to deal with, okay? Leave situations where you feel trapped and clear clutter in your home and work area. All right. So let's get started. Let's see what we have in my shadow deck. What shadow of yours wants to be worked on? Okay. So we have unworthy. Can you see that? Okay. And it says, think deeply and ask yourself why you are not worthy of the situation at hand. So unworthiness may come to play. Unworthiness is showing up right now. We have greed. Okay. You are too attached to things in an excessive way. Nothing good comes out of it. Okay, greedy. Too attached to things in an excessive way. And then we also have prejudice. What if you were categorized into a group and given attributes that were false without truly knowing who you are? So maybe being quick to judge people, even groups of people, but that probably shows up with you being really judgmental on yourself as well. Okay, so how does this, or how do these emotions show up? Maybe they're not showing up. Oh yeah, like greed. Look, 5 of Pentacles. Maybe with money, it's never enough. You always feel like you're always struggling, no matter how much money you may or may not have. But that has a lot to do with feeling worthy too. Money kind of goes hand in hand with our worthiness. Because abundance is just an energy. Well, that's what I believe. Abundance is just an energy. Maybe you're being too greedy, but the deep root of it is a lack of just feeling unworthy. So I asked, how does this emotion show up? So maybe when you're not feeling, with the Six of Wands, when you're not feeling seen or validated, these emotions pop up. Because the Six of Wands talks about internal and external validation. So with the Star, like feeling like there needs to be some healing there, giving yourself those reinforcements that you need to hear, giving yourself the praise, speaking to yourself with love and respect, speaking to yourself with pride, speaking success into your life. But this shows up when you're not really feeling seen or internally you're not feeling internally validated or externally validated, but it needs to come from within. There needs to be some healing here. So these emotions show up when you're not feeling seen. I'm hearing you even have to celebrate your own silent successes, because not everyone is meant to celebrate everything with you. There are certain goals and aspirations that you'll meet, but only you will know about it. Maybe just you and the Creator, and you and your angels, maybe nobody else, or maybe just you and your best friend at times. Okay, let me get back on track. Okay, I asked how could you work with these emotions, and there needs to be a time. We have the Hermit. Okay, so this talks about going within, being by yourself, and looking within to gain the wisdom. Okay, so maybe there needs to be some there just needs to be some self-reflection. And maybe like journal work. And seeing how you can move through these emotions when they pop up. When you're feeling not seen, when you're feeling unworthy. Okay, and when does greed show up? When you're being too greedy. And this can even be greedy with someone else's energy. You know, being too attached to somebody. Feeling like you kind of own them, you know? And that's for some of you. That's not for all of you. And where does judgment show up in your life? Where are you quick to judge others? if you, okay. Yeah, even this card talks about greed and just holding on. Oh, if you can see this card talks about being possessive. This could be holding on to people, just holding on to material things. Like I'm saying, it's just never enough. You having enough, but just not feeling like it's enough, which really goes to this unworthiness. Okay. There just needs to be a time of self-reflection. Oh yeah. Okay, so I was like, what will be the outcome if you take the time to go in this hermit? And you got healing. Yes, this is good. This is renewal. This is allowing yourself to process these emotions and you coming out like the star. I love this. You coming out more grounded. You coming out more successful, more stable, more balanced. Okay. So really pay attention to these emotions. They're showing up in your life in some shape or form. Take the time to go inward and listen to your own wisdom. Call on your angels, God, ancestors for wisdom. Find that light within yourself. There's a lot of blue here. So I'm seeing working on the I'm hearing like your throat, your sacral, and your solar and third eye chakras. Okay, let's get some angel messages to close you out, power. You're a big deal, Power One. And don't, you know, everyone has shadows. Okay, we all have shadows. This is just making yourself aware of them, and we love these. We become friends with our shadows, okay? Our shadows teaches us what parts of us still needs healing and love. And I love this star card. Okay? You are a star. You are a source of inspiration, especially when you transmute and transform these energies. When you recognize them. Keep validating yourself. If no one pushes you, you push you. Okay? But you're never alone. You got a lot of success coming in your life, Power One. Look, as I was saying that, look, it says visualize success. I said, yes. Okay, so here we have past life issue. So whatever is going on, this is like a past life issue. So let's just say, for instance, if you have problems with money for greed, it could be related to a past life issue, okay? Or just being obsessive about someone. This could be a karmic or a past life issue. It says, this situation has a basis in one of your previous lifetimes. Ask your angels to help you remember, release, learn, and heal from your past experiences. Yeah, so there's some past experiences that play into this feeling of unworthiness and maybe wanting to hold on to things because you lost things, you know, feeling the need to hold tightly to things because maybe you didn't have things. So yeah, I'm hearing like orphaned, abandoned. Yeah, but it definitely has to do with the past life. So ask your angels to help you remember it. And even if you can't remember it, ask them to help you release it and heal it and visualize success. Okay, that's all I have for you, pile one. I hope this message resonated. If you'd like to book a personal, I will leave everything down below. And peace and love and healing to you all. Thank you. Hello, pile two. So today I am trying something new. I hope you guys can see the cards a little bit better. So we're just gonna do like my hands and cards, okay? So today, pick a card is going to be about what shadows emotions wants to be seen or worked on. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out of my shadow deck here, and we're gonna see like what shadows or emotions want to be seen. But before we get into that, a few messages. You guys got the shark spirit, so your energy is sensitive right now. Be careful of environments and situations you expose yourself to. I'm hearing like vampire energy, or like people that know that you're an empath and they want to pull on that. This is a time to flow with your emotions, to feel them, to not get stuck in one emotions, but to feel them all, especially without judgment. Also, any type of eating sensitivity. So, say for instance, you notice you've been eating, I don't know, white rice lately, and it has a shift on your mood. There's a correlation to eating something and it having something to do with your mood. So really paying attention to what you're eating right now. Your discernment will be on point and you will know what is right for you and what is not for you, okay? I'm also seeing healthy, strong boundaries and to stay focused. Alrighty. So let's see what emotions, shadows want to be seen / worked on. Definitely flowing with your emotions, feeling those emotions, not being detached. Okay. So we got obsessiveness. Okay, write down what you are obsessing over. Realize that it is emotionally draining you. I said something is emotionally draining you. Maybe you slick have people obsessed with you too. I'm also hearing like you could like when people are obsessed with you, and this is not like a healthy trait. This is like codependency a little bit. But also obsessiveness, I'm also thinking of overthinking. So definitely jotting down, what are you obsessing over right now? What is emotionally draining you? Okay, we have resentful. Think loving thoughts for the person or yourself that you resent. It's restricting your emotional happiness. Yeah, lie. Okay. And then we have jealousy. Ooh. Your past wounds need healing. Work on your self-love. You are far greater than you know. Yes. There is no one like you, pal, too. You're all different souls, every one of you that's watching this. So when you start to become jealous, it takes away from who you are. And maybe you feel like you had to, in some sort of way, compete with other people. Work on pouring more love into yourself. Leaving resentments in the past. Ooh, I'm seeing 10-10. Okay. I'm also hearing like prayer. Talk to your higher power, God, source, creator, whoever, you know. Write down, you know, what's stressing you out. You can't fix everything. There's got to be some type of surrender. Okay. Okay, I said, how do these emotions show up? Ooh. For some of you, this has to deal with, I don't know, just with the Hierophant, and the bottom is the Emperor. So we have the Hierophant. So I'm just feeling like these emotions may show up in your belief system, how you were brought up. Maybe you've seen a lot of maybe obsessiveness related to passion, you know, or maybe you felt like obsessiveness was love. Maybe I'm also seeing like jealousy could have been seen as love too. Maybe you watched your parents or a father figure. So these emotions show up in your belief system in some way, shape. I really feel like it was like how you were brought up in some form. Maybe you didn't see people deal with emotions too much either. You just saw them be resentful. Yeah, I feel like that's funny. Everyone's ooh, yeah. Look at this. At the bottom we have the devil, addiction, obsession again. Yes. I'm feeling like codependent, unhealthy relationships, but this also can be like related to work too, having things having power over you, because we have obsessive in both of these. Okay, this is you being tied down to like money, tied down to a person, tied down to addictions, unhealthy habits. And I asked how you, and these habits are somewhere in your belief system, somewhere where you were brought up and raised. I feel like a lot of it has to do with some form of a father figure too. I asked how can you work with this energy. Some of you need a book of reading. But this is also time for contemplation and solitude, okay? This is a time for mental rest as well. Some of you need to actually book a reading and get further into what do you need to work on. Because we're going to be changing seasons soon. And we'll be going into fall. And like nature, you want to go with the seasons. So the fall season can teach you something. Maybe this is with the season where you will let go of this devil energy, this excessive too, this workaholic. I'm hearing like workaholic too. This is burnout energy. This is overutilizing our sexual energy too. You need to recoup, spend some rest, do some restful things. Definitely get a reading, or some of you can seek, I'm hearing like therapy, because whatever these wounds are, they're kind of deep. There needs to be a whole belief system change. Okay. That's funny. I said, what will be the outcome if you guys work on this? And we got the Hermit. You're going to gain a lot of wisdom. Okay, and in working with yourself and knowing yourself, it's gonna give you a certain level of independence that you wouldn't have had otherwise. You work through these emotions. Okay. This will also show you who you can. Because with this privacy here, I'm looking at too, who you allow into your private space. Because also with this shark energy, it says being sensitive to the environments and situations you're around. Yes, give yourself some time to work through these emotions. Get counseling, get therapy, book a reading, just even looking up journal work or shadow work for obsessiveness, shadow work for being resentful, shadow work for jealousy. Okay? If you need me to help you, hit me up. I'll help you. I can give you some questions and things to do to help you work through these. Look, even here we have heal away addictions as I cut the deck. There's some, I don't know, Paltu. You know, okay? I'm hearing honest assessment. You need to have an honest a self-assessment. And you're only going to get that if you spend some time by yourself and seek people who can help you on that path. And we're going to just pull some angel messages. Some of you are in relationships. You know you ain't supposed to be in relationships. Some of you are having friendships. You know you ain't supposed to have friendships with. Okay? Yes, but I'm feeling like, this group here has gifts. Okay. Working on your solar plexus, okay? This is, when you work on your solar plexus, this is another form of pulling your will back. Having healthy boundaries too. It is safe for you to be powerful and take charge of your life in positive ways. Manifestation power. Use your spiritual gifts and natural abilities to attract your desired outcome. But all I'm seeing with all this yellow really is you working on your self-confidence, you working on your self-will, your determination, your ability to call things into your favor, to manifest. I'm just feeling like to manifest a more balanced version of yourself, a version of yourself that's more aligned and tuned with your higher self. And with this indigo card that popped out, I'm just seeing, yeah, you're very gifted, pile 2. You have gifts. And even here it says highly sensitive, born leader. Yeah, your energy is very sensitive, and that's a gift of yours. That you need time to clean out your energy. Yeah, you're very sensitive. Your energy's very sensitive. You can trust your gifts, okay? With the solar plexus, you can trust your gifts. Wow, that's funny. At the bottom, we have listen to your intuitive feelings. Your body is receiving accurate messages from the divine. Yeah, your body gives you a lot of messages. This is funny. How it's all kind of coming together. Your body, it receives messages even with the things that you eat, like I was saying earlier. Listen to your intuitive feelings. Listen. Pray. All I can think about is talking to this beautiful angel, just asking her for guidance and advice and wisdom on what to do. Let the messages flow in, okay? You'll see them. Let your guard down so you can feel and see the messages. This is a time to really tap into your inner strength and to let go of anything that's no longer serving you, okay? All right, pile 2, that's all I have for you. I love you guys. If you'd like to book a reading with me, I will leave my information down below. I hope this resonated, and I'm sending you guys peace and love. Hello, pile 3. So I'm trying something different. We're just gonna do my hands, and I'm hoping that you guys can have a better view of the cards. Okay, pile 3, you guys got a bird called albatross. Oh wait, let me tell you guys what the reading is about today. Okay, before we get off into it, the reading is going to be about what shadow emotion wants to be seen or worked on. Okay, and this is my shadow deck, so we'll use this. But before I get off into that, you guys got a bird called the albatross, which I ain't never heard of or seen before, but now I am piqued to learn more about it. So the messages from that bird are: you're going through spiritual and emotional blocks are being cleared. It may be a chaotic time, but you will be coming out stronger and adaptable. Be patient with yourself. You may be feeling a little weighed down by responsibilities. Do something adventurous. You are very resilient, pile 3, and you will bounce back from anything that knocked you off your feet. Okay? So, let's get some what shadow emotions want to be worked on or seen right now. I feel like Some of you in this pile could be smokers. I'm just hearing that song. I get high, 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 high. Okay, I think that might be it. Let's see. All right. We have addictions. Okay. Think about the emotions you are trying to cover up. Deal with those emotions, process, heal, and release them. So there's some addiction showing. This could be showing up as maybe over drinking, over smoking, over partying. Could be anything. But it's showing up. Could be even overeating. You know, sometimes when we don't want to feel pain or grief, we might go into the cookie jar and eat more sugar, you know. So there's some addiction showing up in your life, but that's because there's some emotions tied to those unhealthy patterns that want to be processed, they want to heal, and they want to be released and integrated, okay? We have prejudice. What if you were categorized into a group and given attributes that were false without truly knowing who you are? So, judging other people, which is inward judging yourself as well. Being unfair, quick to judge someone. Okay, yes, but addictions are nothing but emotions that want to come healed. Maybe you have some addictions to some unhealthy patterns. Yeah, this could be with family or friends, co-workers, even overgiving. This also could be with a father figure or just men. I don't know why I'm hearing like just putting men on a pedestal. I don't know what that is. Okay. Putting people on pedestals in general. Okay. I was asking, how do these emotions, you might see 555. There needs to be some change here. How do these addictions show up? And they show up during times where you feel like you're going through struggle and hardship and you feel abandoned. These are when these emotions are being shown the most. And sometimes if you have a drinking problem, it can cause you to, those of you who may partake in the drinking, I don't know, it could also cause you to have conflicts with other people too. Or just when you're in this energy, this Five of Pentacles energy of feeling just kind of like woe is me, and it's really hard. When you're feeling all alone, when you're feeling like everyone's against you. But now it's time for a new cycle. Yeah. Dang, we got the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. We're healing. Yes, I love this. So maybe when abandonment shows up, you might start to see your addictions. You might want to hold on to people and things more because you're scared of being alone. Could be scared of being with this outcast here. Maybe that's why sometimes you judge other people, because there's a fear of you being outcasted and it's projected outwards, if that makes sense. I'm just hearing you're not meant to fit in, pal 3. Yeah, as I cut the deck, I see abandonment again. There's some abandonment wounds that really want to be worked through, and you can't work through abandonment adding a lot of people in your stuff, you know. You gotta, with abandonment, you gotta be there for yourself, reparent yourself. That's funny. I said, how can pile 3 work with these emotions? A time of going within. A time of going within. But it's ultimately going to lead you to an emotional happiness and emotional fulfillment within too. If you take this time to heal some of these wounds, it's going to bring you so much happiness. Man. And it's going to bring in so much growth and balance in your life. Healing money issues, that's kind of been a theme here. But truly, where is addiction showing up? And being honest with yourself. Like I said, this also could be dealing with home, but I feel like dealing with these things will lead you to a better, happy home, but also your home life may be getting like a renovation. But it's going to bring in more emotional stability and more security. Yeah, I'm seeing that have been like pointed to look at this card. It says you care too much about outward appearances. Start with your inner work, your value, your self-esteem and your personality. Yeah, I think there is this thing of caring outward about what people think. But don't worry about what people think. Let people prejudge you, you know? You're never alone, pal 3. Even if you feel like you're alone sometimes, you're never alone. But there are times when you need to be in solitary to where there is nobody around you, so you can hear the voice of yourself and the voice of the Creator and God. But you need to be by yourself. We have the first one, clear yourself. Okay. It says, ask the angels to release any toxic energies that you may have absorbed. Yes, and you could have some like unhealthy people around you. Ask the angels to cut cords with those people. Okay. Clear yourself. Ooh. Here we have manifestation power with crystals. So with this crystal card, I'm feeling like using black tourmaline will help you protect yourself and clear yourself as well. But just working with crystals in general will help benefit your energy. You should look up crystals that help you deal with addictions or like anything like that. Chevron amethyst is a good crystal for addictions. It says the energy of crystals support you and helps your present situation. Use your spiritual gifts and natural abilities to attract your desired income. But I'm feeling like just using your gifts to empower yourself. Using your time to, yeah. Yeah, solar plexus, I was just seeing that card too. Yeah, there's a lot of worries maybe. So talk to God, write a letter to God. Tell God. It says, write any worries, concerns, or desires on a piece of paper that you put into a special container called a God box as a way of letting go and allowing the divine to help you. Yes, so allow the divine to help you, okay? Yes, the truth is coming in for you. A lot of clarity. And we have solar plexus. Okay, it is safe for you to be powerful and take charge of your life in positive ways. So it is safe for you to call back your power from any of these addictions. It's safe for you to call back your power of feeling like you always are struggling, even financially. Call back your power. Work on your solar plexus. Okay, you are powerful, and if you use your energy to focus on these addictions, that's what you'll just keep creating more of with this manifestation card. Use your energy to create a more balanced life for yourself, a happy life for yourself. You deserve this. Okay, that's all I have for you, Pal 3. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a reading, my information will be down below. But I wish you guys nothing but the best and peace and love.